Alrighty, so gotta make this one quick. I got tickets for Endgame. Literally the last ticket in the theater, too. In the front row. I both, as a 28-year-old man, weep for my neck and how much it's gonna hurt soon, whilst also am filled with childlike wonder, and forgive my horrible screechy throat. Don't know what happened. Anyway, my name is Tommy. Welcome back to another episode of Wednesday Afternoon Worship. Today we got another homebrew request from Mr. Michael Baker. Boom! It's the 7 lucky gods of Japanese folklore. If you guys think you could do it better or have any requests, they go down there. Remember to like, remember to subscribe, remember to take the bell and throw it really far across your screen to make sure you are properly dinged to stay caught up on all your Pathfinder 1st and 2nd edition contents. Today, it's a special patron shout out, actually. Though this will not be as far as you guys on the internet know. As far as the recording part goes and how my workflow goes, it is the last. So today, this video, as well as almost every video you watched on Black Dragon Gaming in the past year, was brought to you in part by my now former editor, Mr. Kane Smale. Kane, real talk, thank you so much for your help, for your friendship when I had no friends, for being there when I was down, for your good guy syndrome, I suppose. Truly, I will miss you memeing on me, and if you ever want to come back, well, you know, reach out to your boy, and we can definitely work something out. Now, here we go. Alrighty, so, Shichi Fukujin, the 7 lucky gods, the 7 gods of luck and good fortune in Japan, all 7 of which symbolize a virtue. Kind of imagine, I suppose, like 7 demon lords, 7 imperial lords, 7 archdevils, all combining their power together to form one greater entity. These guys were chosen from Hindu, Buddhist, Taoist, and Shintoist gods or saints, and they were grouped together around the 17th century. Those virtues in question are honesty, fortune, dignity, amiability, longevity, happiness, and wisdom. According to legend, these guys travel in a ship called Takarabune, also known as the Treasure Boat, filled with treasures and the bounty of the sea to bring fortune and prosperity to all. It's said that if you leave a picture of the 7 lucky gods beneath your pillow on the night of the last day of the year, you will be lucky and have good fortune for the entirety of the new year. Now, of course, these 7 lucky gods all encompass 7 different virtues and do 7 different things, but we are looking at these guys as one entity today. Again, imagine, if you will, 7 Imperial Lords getting together, having a chat, then pooling all their powers into basically true godhood. On that note again, Paizo, give us a Chronicle of the Righteous like you did Book of the Damned, please. Please, 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 please. It would be cool. Anyway, let's hit that homebrew. Since there are 7 individuals working together in concert here, all of which coming from different cultures, all of which having different worldviews and perspectives, I have to think, you know, the 7 lucky gods are true neutral as a whole. Their domains are community, luck, magic, and travel, with the subdomains of cooperation and imagination. Their favored weapon of all of the things out there is the traveling kettle. Yeah, it's a real weapon. And their symbol, an image of the 7 gods on a boat. To perform your homebrew deific obedience to Shichi Fukujin, well, frankly, this one's a little different. Obedience to the 7 gods of luck is not performed when you make your daily preparations, rather, it's performed before going to bed each night. Before you do so, place your holy symbol under your pillow and spend roughly 10 minutes reflecting on the virtues of honesty, fortune, dignity, amiability, longevity, happiness, and wisdom. After this time has elapsed, pray for the 7 gods of luck to bless you in your next day's mission. In return, once per day, you may roll twice on any d20 roll and take the higher result. Evangelist boons give you damp powder thrice a day, river sight twice a day, or aqueous orb once a day. At 16th level, you gain a luck bonus on profession sailor checks equal to half your hit dice. At 20th level, once per day, you may summon an aspect of the Takarabune to transport you and your allies across the water. It lasts until dismissed, and functions as a sailing ship except that it always moves without any need for propulsion and always at its maximum speed. It has no weapons, but has hardness equal to half your hit dice plus your charisma. Sentinel boons, it's borrow skill thrice a day, body double twice a day, or threefold sight once a day. At 16th level, a number of times per day equal to your charisma modifier. As a swift action, you may gain access to the domains and subdomains of any deity who shares a domain with the 7 lucky gods. If you do not have access to domains normally, you instead receive the ability to use the domain powers of one of the 7 lucky gods' domains as if you were a cleric of a level equal to your own. And at 20th level, increase the save DCs of any domain power you cast by 2. Exalted boons get you True Strike thrice a day, Lead Blades twice a day, or Bladed Dash once a day. At 16th level, any traveling kettle you wield that you fill with boiling water deals an extra point of fire damage for every 2 levels you possess, and stays hot until you will it to cool down as a swift action. And at 20th level, when making a full attack action using a traveling kettle, you gain a +1 luck bonus on attack and damage rolls each time you strike an opponent. This bonus stacks with itself, and increases to a +2 luck bonus each time you critically hit an opponent or reduce an opponent to 0 hit points or less. Because why not? You know, Sam Gamgee did it with a frying pan. We can do it with a traveling kettle? Sure, makes sense to me. Now with more fire damage. Anyway, of course, as of planar adventures, the gods are passing out boons. Crusade a particularly crusade in the name of the 7 lucky gods, and once you may treat the roll of a natural 1 as if it were a natural 20. Now, bringing these guys into your game is just as easy as heading over to the Dragon Empires of Tian Sha. Not sure what that means? Follow this card right up here, we'll get you all caught up. But again, I think it's a really interesting concept. Not even necessarily as the 7 lucky gods themselves, but just across all deityhood. Off the top of my head, say Pazuzu, Angazan, Giselda, Monticula, Kostitekai, Shax, and I don't know, I need one more Demon Lord. Kane, yell out a Demon Lord name. Once, meme on me, do it.
Very well. Nergal, the Shining Scourge.
Say all 7 of those individuals got together and used their powers in a combined fashion, right? They'd certainly be much more powerful, probably rivaling that of a true deity, or at least getting close. Because really, at the end of the day, the true gods are as powerful as your setting allows them to be. I also kind of like the idea of the 7 lucky gods being 7 adventurers from Tian Sha who have achieved mythic rank and travel the world blessing people with their magic. It's definitely one of the mythic paths out there, you know, that lets you pass out spells to worshippers. They do it in Iblados as well. Yeah, I could get down with that. That seems sweet to me. If I were to GM for someone who worshipped these guys, honestly, there's probably a path there to becoming the 8th lucky god, or something similar. Why wouldn't you want to join these individuals on whirlwind adventures across the ocean and time and space? Sounds like a blast, right? That's certainly what I would want out of playing a character who venerated a group of individuals of questionable power. Perhaps one of their descendants, perhaps maybe even just like a sea captain who wishes to bring joy and good fortune to the people and has heard of a group of sailors, as sailors they are, that do so. It's a one-way ticket to bringing these guys into a game. And really, these guys seem to interact with the world of mortals a lot more than true gods. I can get behind that. In any case, that's all the time I have for right now, because I gotta get my butt to the theater. What do you guys think about the 7 lucky gods? Would we worship them? Would we join them? How do we feel about homebrew deities or deities from real life in our settings? Tell me all about it in the comments. As always, we'll keep that conversation rolling. And, you know, I think we might actually get to Count Renalk. Patrons, if I'm missing something, if somebody has made a request for something and I'm unaware of it, now would be the time to tell me. Or, you know, if you feel like just memeing on this poor eldest boy up here, I'm sorry, my friend. Forgive me. The people want other things. Now's your chance. Put this man back down where he belongs. Otherwise, it's Count Renalk next week. See you then.